My people, now how on a day today? This one, Biafra Superstars Media, and I'm holding it down. I say, may God bless Biafra, and may God bless His Excellency Oyenduma Nnamdi Kanu. May God bless His Excellency, the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile, His Excellency ESN Ekpa Simon and Joko, for the job Simon is doing. Simon, I want to say we thank you. We appreciate you. We love you because we know in your hands Biafra is coming. In your hands Biafra is safe. And in your hands, when Biafra comes, the people of Biafra will rejoice. When I say the people, I mean on a macro level, the men, the women, the children, the old, the young, the sick, the poor, the higher class, middle class, and even the lower class. Oh my God. Those born around Biafra and those born in the bite of Biafra. When Biafra comes, we shall all come together under one umbrella, under one accord, and scream for joy. We shall shout hallelujah day, because today, that day will be the day that the Lord has made. And from the 2nd of December, my people, that will be from the day we shall start marching on into the land of Biafra. Oh, happy days when Biafra comes. Oh, happy days. Oh, happy days. Thank God. My people, today, we need to hear this man they call Musa. I have taken away Christopher in his name because you heard the way he spoke on an official on an official mission when he assumed nobody was watching. You saw him speak in a foreign language. Today he's saying, oh, they are after B0K0 or B0K0, whatever I want to call him. The so-called bandits that is disturbing them in the north. And you know this man, we must keep our eye on him because if he's giving all a million reasons why they cannot get a dirty-looking, hungry man they call a terrorist, it makes me to wonder, how come they have the leeway in Biafra land? How come they can go to Finland, to EU, to the ICC, to Amnesty International, to attack Ekpa, somebody who is 3,000 miles away, but somebody in their own backyard, they are coming to the media and they are crying as if they cannot get hold of the so-called B0K0. Lord have mercy, my people. That is the fallacy of the zoo government. That's to show you these guys, they have colluded together. They know what they are doing. They are working on a master plan to Islamize that zoo called Nigeria. And without any much further ado, I want us to listen to what this man is saying. Mr. Musa, that's what I call him. Let us listen to what he's got to say about the so-called terrorists in that zoo called Nigeria. If you are ready, let's go there. Watch his language. Watch his body language. Watch the way he flows. But when it comes to Simon Ekpa, he's beating his chest. When it comes to Okwama, he's beating his chest. When it comes to the Southeast, he's beating his chest. When it comes to the Biafrans, he's beating his chest. When it comes to nnamdi Kanu, he's beating his chest. But when it comes to those that they sent on a mission to take over the land of that zoo called Nigeria, watch the way he speaks. Study his body language. And I'll come back. If you're ready, let's go there. Listen.
Welcome to the program. Nigeria's military is stepping up efforts to tackle the country's security challenges. The Chief of Defense Staff has reaffirmed the military's commitment to ending the activities of notorious bandits, declaring that the days of B0K0 and other criminals are numbered. Well, earlier today, the CDS visited Maiduguri, where the military has been actively...
Look at the car he's using there. Look at the car he's using, my God. Hey, God have mercy. This zoo is gone. All of them Toyota SUV, all of them. Hey, God. When somebody is born in poverty, that's the way they behave. Look at the car he's driving. Look at the car he's driving there. Ah, the zoo. Okay, continue.
Involved in helping victims of recent flooding in the state. During the visit, he assessed the flood situation while...
Look at him making mistake. You claim he's a military man. Oh my God. I want you to watch the way he didn't even know where to stand. He didn't even know where the podium was. He overstepped and went back. Watch it again.
Maiduguri, where...
That's the car he's driving, the Toyota. in a green color, a custom-made color. That's how they are wasting the resources of the Biafrans. Our oil money is buying all this nonsense. The people, they are suffering while the government, the economy of Japan is doing well. They buy these cars from Japan with the resource from the Biafrans. Hey, God, Nigeria. Now who doing this thing? See the car he's driving. Oh, God. Okay, continue. Now watch him make a mistake. He will go over the podium to show you that this guy, he's not even a general. They don't understand basic knowledge, basic understanding, a basic routine, something you should know like the palm of your hands. Watch him make mistake. Watch him.
The military has been actively involved in helping
Watch him
victims
now.
of recent flooding in the
Boom.
state.
Go
During
up.
the visit, he
Come
assessed
back.
the flood situation while overseeing military operations aimed at improving security in the region.
Zoo Republic. Hey, God, typical.
Well, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, joins us now for more. Good evening, CDS. Thank you so much for joining us on Prime Time tonight.
Thank you very much, Adesua. It's nice to be here.
As we have told our viewers, we know that you just returned from Borno State, Maiduguri in particular. Can you update us on the efforts the military has been providing in the state?
Congrats on registering.
Thank you very much. Yes, in fact, just about 10-15 minutes, we just came back from Maiduguri, where we went to assess the level of the operations that have been conducted by the Theater Command Operation Hadinke. And we came back very impressed that we were able to handle that as quickly as possible. As you know, natural disasters are unpredictable. Sometimes when
I beg, move from that place, I beg.
To step up our game in whatever situation we find ourselves, and exactly that's
move from there.
And that's very reassuring to hear. Thank you so much, CDS. But there are concerns raised about security in Maiduguri following the flooding. As you know, inmates, including top ranking Boko Haram members, are said to have escaped from correctional facilities in Maiduguri. What are the efforts you are putting in place to ensure they are recaptured? Have you even recaptured anyone?
I think this is really so unfortunate. Well, these are part of the unintended consequences when you have situations like that. The correctional services have published their pictures, and we have declared them wanted. We're all looking for them. And we want to appeal to Nigerians to also be on the lookout. Wherever you see them, please don't hide them. Don't provide any support. Report them so that we can get them back as possible. But it does not affect our work. This humanitarian assistance we are providing is also part of our rules in support of civil authority. Primary rule there is fighting terrorism, which we are still doing. We have not removed our eyes from the ball. This other one we're equally doing, and you can see we responded appropriately and rapidly, and that's what I think is expected of the theater, and they have done that, and they will continue to do that.
What a shit
let's shift our focus away from Borno State and to the wider picture of security.
Listen now. Listen to what he's going to say now, my people. Listen now. This is where I was waiting for him. Listen.
He has achieved notable successes in the Northwest in recent times, one that the CNC himself has commended and Nigerians are appreciative of. But what factors do you believe have contributed to these successes you recorded in the Northwest?
Listen.
I think there's the support we're getting from the federal government, from the state government, from the local government, and from Nigerians in general. We've said it over and over that we cannot do this alone without the support of the citizens, and that's very critical. And that's what we're getting. We're bringing out the experiences we have in the Northeast, where we have succeeded so much, to the wider front, to North Central and Northwest. The operations are holistic. Fighting insurgency is all of society's approach. Everybody has a role to play, and I'm glad that the citizens have understood that and are giving us the needed support, because we cannot be everywhere. We need the support of market women, motor park management, the local authority. We need the ulamas, the religious leaders. Everyone has a role to say. We always appeal when you see something, report as quickly as possible, and we're there to take action.
What do you do in the case now? You guys are very, very weak when it comes to the North. You only show your might when you come to Biafra land. What are you doing to those that were caught? More than 100,000. You said they are now born again. They have repented. When people take the risk to point them out, you come and act like you have arrested them. Then within a few weeks, you release them, you put them into your army, and you say they are born again. Hey, God have mercy. Born again, Boko Haram. Born again is swap. Anybody who falls for this nonsense, it means you guys, you deserve to be a slave. There is a war going on, and that war is not fought in the North. The war is fought in the land of Biafra. There is a war going on. The battle line has been drawn. All this man is saying here is baloney. Nonsense. They claim they are after a so-called insurgents. But when they catch them, under 6 weeks, they wear them they wear them agbada, ashoebi, and they say they are now born again. They are repented. Repentant Boko Haram. And in the process, those that, gave them the leeway where those people are staying, those guys will come and buy everybody in the village. So damn if you do, damn if you don't. If you report them to the police or to the zoo army, you are in trouble. They will come back and buy you. If you don't report them, they will stay in your land and they will start to tax you, because that's the plan of people like this. He's one of the figureheads. He's one of those mandated to Islamize that zoo called Nigeria. And people, the battle line has been drawn. Forget this thing they're talking about success. The battle line has been drawn. Let's continue.
Also has given us the successes we're achieving.
Success.
We're not where we want to be, but we're heading there. And I can guarantee you, within the shortest possible time, we'll achieve success, full success.
I'm glad that we can admit that there are limitations and challenges
Yes,
because we haven't seen these successes as quickly as we want to see them and as broadly as we want to see them. So
to the media, you are saying you have not seen the successes as quickly as you want to see them and as broadly as you want to see them. As quickly as you want to see them and as broadly as you want to see them. I keep saying, in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. In the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is made king. But in the land where people have two eyes, the man with one eye is seen as a disabled person, disability. So what you call success in that zone, my sister, with all due respect, even though you say you've not seen it as quickly as you guys want, my sister, it's all a ploy. It's all a ploy. It's a game. We did an expose of Sambisa Forest, the so-called heartbeat of Boko Haram. Their fortress, their fort, where they lay, where they stay, where no military man can go to. We made an exposition where a school teacher said, oh, Sambisa Forest is the most beautiful place. In fact, he vowed not to come back. When they asked him, what do you want to do? Do you want to go? He said, I want to stay with you. I love it here in Sambisa. So my sister, you see, sometimes the media, you guys, you get it wrong. You get it wrong because in all honesty, if there is a place that your military should be in, day out, it should be in the north, where things they happen. But no, you will find them in the land of Biafra, from sun up to sundown. Because they know deep inside that now we the Biafrans, we are their stumbling block. Now they stubborn. Now they slow them down. Their mission to Islamize that zoo called Nigeria, it is the Biafrans that are slowing them down. Which was why they spent as much as possible to go to Kenya and kidnap Nnamdi Kanu, with the assumption that once they kidnap the leader, the so-called face of Biafra, the messiah of Biafra, once they kidnap him, it means Biafra has died a natural death. Biafra is dead. Then they will now go all out and take over Nigeria. That was the plan. Unknown to them that there was a disciple that was already anointed by Nnamdi Kanu. That's why this time around, the case of Simon, they give them headache. They are confused. Say, where did this guy come from? You guys didn't tell us this guy has this level of influence. How come? Who is this guy called Simon? This small boy in Finland, this small thing in Finland. How come he's the one causing this problem? How come we didn't see it coming? How come we didn't see this one coming? We spent all this money to kidnap the father of Biafra, the god, Oyendu, the leader, the one they assumed was the end all and be all of Biafra, the alpha and the omega, the beginning and the end of Biafra. They went to Kenya. If your zoo can go to Kenya to do what they did to Nnamdi Kanu, how come Sambisa Forest that is in their backyard, a safe haven, a place next to paradise? You heard it from that man. That teacher said he loved it in Sambisa. In fact, the Red Cross, they come and they bring food. They give them clothing in Sambisa. Oh my God, Red Cross of all people are coming there. They ain't scared to be kidnapped. But the average Nigerian, even the police and military, they say, oh no, we cannot go to Sambisa. It is too dangerous. We don't have the weaponry. We don't have the firepower to match the ones they have in Sambisa Forest. Like I said, to you, you may call what they are doing success, achievements, even though it's not as fast as you want it, or not as broad as you want it. But I say to you, my sister Adeswa, in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. That's all I'll tell you, my sister. There is no success. It's all gimmicks. And the man you are interviewing, he's one of those responsible for what is happening in that zoo called Nigeria. I played the video to you guys where he was speaking a foreign language in an official visit. I will play it at the end of this video. This man that is speaking English, you will hear his real language. You will hear the way he speaks. When the camera is not there, when he assumed nobody is watching. That's why I said, I've taken away Christopher from his name. It's a taboo to call a man like this Christopher. No. I've taken that name off him. His real name is Musa, not Christopher. I will play at the end. Let's continue.
If you can identify for Nigerians who can't understand why those successes cannot be replicated, why can't we replicate those successes more often and more broadly?
Okay.
What's going on?
Thank you very much. It started as terrorism in the northeast and spread out into banditry.
Hold on there, you see? It started as terrorism in the northeast. It is now spreading out as banditry. Does it make sense? They say things are getting worse in that zoo called Nigeria. Things are getting worse in the zoo. And he's saying that the origin was terrorism, but now it is banditry. Bandits. Men with arms that comes to steal and run away. Banditry, those who are into bandits, these are men in arms coming to steal. They make a plan, they get what they want to get, and they leave town. That's the game this guy is playing now. That's what he's telling you. That he started as kidnapping. But now, it has turned to banditry. So what he's trying to say is that things are getting better. Eh? Oh my God. These guys, they're liars. I will define to you the definition of banditry. They say banditry is a type of organized crime committed by outlaws, typically involving in threats or use of violence. A person who engages in banditry is known as a bandit and primarily commits crime such as extortion, robbery, and murder, either as an individual or in groups. So these guys, they have now reduced terrorism to banditry in the north. Yet, these same people, they were the ones that said IPOB is a terrorist organization. Think about that. They are saying that the real Boko Haram, everybody, they are moving from terrorism to banditry. A lesser of the two. A lesser of the two. Because to call a spade, I would define to you now terrorist. It says a person who uses unlawful violence and intimidation, especially against civilians, in the pursuit of political aims. You see, in the pursuit of political aims. Underline the two words there, or the phrase, in pursuit of political aims. Boko Haram said Western education is haram. They said their mission is to Islamize that so-called Nigeria. The Fulani killer headsmen, they came in and they said they were promised by those men, the politicians in the time of Goodluck Jonathan, those in the north, they promised them to come to that so-called Nigeria and take over Nigeria and Islamize Nigeria, with the mission to complete the assignment, the fatwa given by Usman Danfodio, that the Quran must be dipped in the Red Sea. In this case, they want to dip the Quran into the River Niger. That is all political. So the best definition to give people who are speaking like that, they are terrorists, not bandits, because they are doing this in the name of a government change. They are doing this in the name of a religion. They are doing this because they were promised something that was unkept. They are doing this because they are saying they have found their nation. They are even doing this because they said from December, they would declare Nigeria as an Islamic country. My people, do not allow these guys to change the narrative. If you give them the chance, they will spin things around and they will give a dog a bad name just to hang it. You and I know that we, the IPOB back then, when we were IPOB, we were coming out to, to educate the people. When we first came out in 2012, nnamdi Kanu, it was about enlightening the people to create the awareness. And you saw what they did to nnamdi Kanu in 2015, 2017, and also 2021. And suddenly, IPOB was proscribed during that time. But today now, the real terrorists in that zoo, they have now relegated them to become bandits. They are now doing banditry, which they are just there to, to steal, to come as a group or a person to steal and extort, robbery, and run away. Small, they will say things in the north is okay. It is in the west or in the east that the problem is. Now you see why the military of that zoo, they are always in Biafra land. I hope I'm making myself clear. Because in the discussion now, they are saying, he said that it started as terrorism, but now it has spread out as banditry. From his definition, it means Nigeria is getting better now. The terrorists, they are no more. It's not just banditry. So that's something the police can deal with. Some local, security groups everywhere can deal with it. The vigilante groups can deal with banditry. But you and I know that's not what is happening in that zoo. You and I know that's not what is happening in that zoo. Let's take it back. Listen.
So, if you can identify for Nigerians who can't understand why those successes cannot be replicated, why can't we replicate those successes more often and more broadly? What's going on?
Thank you very much. It started as terrorism in the northeast and spread out into banditry and other acts of criminality. Now, what people don't understand is we are dealing with a massive landmass. The whole of Northwest is over 200 and something thousand square kilometers.
Hold it there. Watch him justify now. Explain. Try to rationalize things for you guys. This is what they do every time. We know the heartbeat where those guys stay. They always say it is Sambisa Forest. And we've heard that Sambisa Forest is a safe haven. It's a paradise. It's a beautiful place that even when you are kidnapped down there, you don't want to leave. You want to stay there and enjoy because the Red Cross, they come there and they give you food. They give you clothing. Everything is fun. There is school there. People teach there. People learn. There is fun there. Even Shakao is a perfect gentleman. But when they are discussing about the north, oh, the terrain is so wide. They want to paint the picture as if the bandits are just literally scattered everywhere. The terrain is so wide now, we can't really cover every place. If the terrain is so wide, how come your military, they are not more centered or concentrated in the north? No, we find more of you in Biafra land. Why is that? In a land where people are always saying they want freedom. They're asking for a referendum. You refuse to give them. You spin things around and now you are buying us and you are calling us terrorists. But the real terrorists, you are saying, oh, it has moved from terrorism to banditry and theft and little stuff like that. You are downgrading the level of what is happening in the north. It's been downgraded. The terror level has been downgraded from grade A to grade D, from critical to medium to something mild. Listen to the language of these guys. This is how they justify coming to Biafra land. A land that was peaceful until Buhari came and said, we are a dot in a circle. A land that was peaceful until the Fulani, they took over power. Buhari took over power. And you saw what he did to our land. You saw what they did to our land. But today, they are painting a new picture. Oh, no. The north is fair now. It is nice. It started as terrorism. But now, it has gone down to banditry and some, petty crime and theft everywhere. Things are fine now. Our focus should be in Biafra land. Our focus is to take Simon Ekpa to Finland, to take Simon Ekpa to the EU, to take Simon Ekpa to ICC, to report Simon Ekpa to Amnesty International. One man living abroad who is saying his people must be free. This idiot here you are seeing, he is busy speaking about one man living abroad 3,000 miles away in Finland. He is the problem. He is the threat. A man living 3,000 miles away is a threat. Why? Because his people, they are asking for freedom. They are saying they are done with Nigeria. We are saying the contraption, the contract, the 100 years agreement of that zoo called Nigeria has elapsed. from 1914 to 2014. You completed the 100 years amalgamation plan. It is done and dusted. It is gone now. Everybody can go their separate ways. But you say no. Blame Simon Ekpa. Report him to EU. Report him to ICC. We are criminals. Proscribe IPOB. Go to Kenya and kidnap their leader. Why? B0K0 is there in your backyard having a good time. He's on TikTok, sharing money on TikTok. But you went all the way to Kenya to kidnap my leader, nnamdi Kanu. Now God will punish you. Bastards. Those days don't pass, so we are the new breed now. Those days don't pass. From the 2nd of December, God willing, you will see the face of that war you guys are looking for. That thing you guys are looking for. You will see it and you will get it double. We will give it to you double. That thing you are looking for. You will get it double. Bastards. See his face. Oh no, things are fine now in the north. Things are okay in the north now. Things have calmed down in the north. That's what he's saying. It started, it started as terrorism. Then it came down to banditry. It came down to banditry. And some petty crimes and all those things. Things are a bit calm now. Things are looking good. With a straight face, he was saying that because deep inside he knows those guys out there, they are their foot soldiers. They are their foot soldiers. The men brought in to complete the job that My Lafia warned you about, which was why they buyed My Lafia. He told you the plan was 2022 was the plan where they will now leave the bushes and they will come into towns and cities. You guys had a taste of it. In Abuja, they came into cities. They were kidnapping from house to house. You saw it happen. That was a test run to see how the thing will work. And it went very well. When they came, the police, you won't find them. You call 999 police, but help, nobody will come. That's the next phase. It will be easier. If they can come to the city, it will be easier for them to run down the whole country. But this man is here now saying, oh, in the north, the beginning of the problem, Nigeria was peaceful until they said, hey, bring back our girls. You guys all know that Nigeria was peaceful when Good Luck was there. Until from nowhere we hear, hey, Boko Haram. They are in the north. Some girls from some Christian girls, they've been kidnapped. Bring back our girls. Bring back our girls. Even the wife of Obama in USA had the placard. That was the beginning, Don't forget that. That was the origin of the problem. Before then, the Yoruba land was safe. Before then, Biafra land was the most peaceful. They came with this stuff from the north. They made us to believe there was a problem in the north. But today, the so-called head of the zoo military, Mr. Musa, is saying, oh, no. It started as terrorism, but now, it's fine now. We have downgraded them to banditry and petty theft. To call a spade, bandits are everywhere in the world. Every country you go, you see guys who are bandits. People that go in groups or on a solo to go rob a bank, to go do things like that. It is okay. It is something the police has to deal with. So why is the military getting involved? If it's just banditry, then your police should deal with bandits. Am I communicating here? Because what he's saying now is terrorism is now out of the window in the north. Now you see why they don't really care about doing anything in the north. And when you go deeper, the places, the areas, the location, the communities that those things are happening in the north are either the Christian areas or the communities of the Hausas, the Nupe, and the rest of them. This man just told you live on TV that situation in the north, it started as terrorism, but now it has come down. They have stepped it down to banditry. So it's now on a manageable level. They can deal with it now. The police should be able to step in now and deal with banditry. But in Biafra land, it is something else. Do you get it? Every day you see the military cars, they are coming to Biafra land. Every day. Okay, let's continue.
It is no joke. It's bigger than most countries that you can think of. So providing security all around is not something you can do overnight. And so it naturally will have taken us so much time to do that. But what we're saying now is that we have holistically looked at the whole situation. And because it's a fluid operation, they keep changing. And what is required that we equally have to change our operations in tune with what they are doing. And that's exactly what we have done. And now that we're having the buy-in of Nigerians, it has made it a lot easier for us. And that's, again, the federal government is doing its best to ensure that it provides the much needed equipment. Fighting insurgency, we need a lot of technology. Because that is what will make us cover those gaps that we cannot have boots on ground. And we're getting them in gradually. And that is giving us the success that we're seeing now.
So how do you respond to those who say the military is giving excuses, CDS? There are criticisms from figures like retired General Theophilus Danjuma, who says the military cannot continue to give excuses. There are criticisms from individuals like the Zamfara state governor, who says, you know where the bandits are.
Okay.
But as a state governor, he's limited. And so the federal government should do that. I mean, you answer to the federal government. So if you do know where the bandits are, like the Zamfara governor claims...
Hey, hold on there. Can you see the language has changed now? Bandits, bandits, bandits. You know where the bandits are. Bandits, bandits, bandits. No more terrorists. Do you see it? They will make it become a norm in that so-called Nigeria. For the deaf, dumb, and blind, they will think it's normal. When it comes to the Fulani killer headsmen, they call them the farmers and headers clash. Farmers and headers clash. A clash is when two forces, they are coming together to battle. But what we are seeing in most cases is only one party is coming to eat the crop. And when you complain, they buy you with AK-47. But now they call them the headers. Headers carrying AK-47. Nigerians, when I go wake up? Now, what time when I go wake up? See how they are changing the nomenclature of what is happening in that zoo. They are coming with a softer word, so you will see it as normal. My life, I told you their plan was in 2022. Nnamdi Kanu exposed them, and he delayed their plan. That was why they were so angry with Nnamdi Kanu. They went all the way to Kenya to kidnap him in order to shut him down, to shut him up. And now, Simon Ekpa is in the picture, which threw a spanner in their works. They didn't see it coming. Nobody saw it coming. Nobody saw Simon Ekpa coming. And today now, banditry, from terrorists to bring back our girls. It was all about the terrorists, the Boko Haram, where they said Western education is bad, is evil. But now they have numbed your brain that even our sister, she's calling them bandits because they force the media what to say. The media, they're not independent in that so-called Nigeria. Now, watch how I use the word bandits, bandits, and bandits. Watch. Very, very sad. Watch.
Who says the military cannot continue to give excuses. There are criticisms from individuals like the Zamfara state governor, who says, you know where the bandits are. But as a state governor, he's limited. And so the federal government should do that. I mean, you answer to the federal government. So if you do know where the bandits are, like bandits, the Zamfara governor claims, and that there should be no excuses, like retired General Theophilus Danjuma is saying, how do you explain to Nigerians that these are not just excuses you are giving?
Well, we know that the armed forces of Nigeria is highly professional. We will never give excuses. We are only telling you the realities on ground. It's not an excuse that the whole network is 200 and something thousand square kilometers. It is massive. You need a lot to be able to address those issues. And then the worst part of it is that people need to understand fighting insurgency is not like conventional warfare. Conventional warfare, you know the enemy. Insurgency, you don't. That person that you think is innocent and doesn't have anything is the person that really want to kill you, is the one doing these things. Now, we know that they are in Nigeria. Where in Nigeria is another thing. Most times, because of the vast nature of the area, once people see them at a particular area, before the information is relayed to us, sometimes takes 4 or 5 hours, sometimes 24 hours. These guys are mobile. And because most of that area that you see is covered by forest, so by the time they go under the forest, even your surveillance drones cannot see them. So it takes a lot. And because they don't remain at a particular lane, they are always moving. That's where we are seeking for the support of the individual, because people see them. And as soon as they see them, once they report that, we'll be able to take action immediately. Now, don't forget, fighting asymmetric warfare, military role is just about 20-25% of the solution. 75 to 80% of the solution is with good governance, because preventive measures are better than you being reactive. What we are doing now is reacting to it because it has already been there. Again, we have social issues on the country. There's a lot of hunger, a lot of unemployment, a lot of illiteracy that is on. So it's easier. I can bet you in every week we take over thousands of them, but they still keep coming. Why? Because we have so many of them. We will have to look at population explosion. There are a lot of people that have nothing doing. And these guys could easily entice them, give them peanuts, and then they will be able to join them. And so that's why I said it's a holistic thing that we need to do. Now, I tell you, a lot of these locations where you have improvised explosive devices, these are the major challenges we're having now in the fight against insurgency. If your men step on any of these mines, the vehicle in it is destroyed, all the occupants are dead. Now, how do you stop that? If we have good roads. If you have good roads, you don't have to worry about that. Your troops can really react as quickly as possible. Reinforcement is easier. Logistics could be moved quite easily. So you see, it makes it a lot easier. Now, what you do is that if you see a situation where you have terrorists maybe operating 10 kilometers away, because of these IEDs, you dare not speed up to go there. If you do that and you step on any minefield, you are gone. We do not have those modern IED, counter-IED equipment that could detect, probably using drones across. So what do we have to do?
Very good.
We have to go on foot
Hey.
and cover every inch of the ground. So you can imagine trekking, scanning every inch of the ground for 10 kilometers. How many hours will that take you to? But men, the troops are doing the best they can. And I can guarantee you we are committed. We'll continue to do what we're doing. And with the support of every Nigerian, it's important. And that's why I need to call on Nigerians. I've had a number of times people insulting members of the armed forces or the security forces. I think nobody will be happy with that. We are humans. We deal with the morale of the mind.
You are humans. You are speaking here as an advocate. Speaking on behalf of the military. You guys, you are humans. But when you went to Okoma, what you did to my people, you leveled the whole ground. You showed the beast nature that you are by nature. You're an animal, not a human being. For what you did to my people in Okoma, I swear to God and man, you guys must pay one day. One day, you guys go pay. One day, monkey go market and you go come back. You are here speaking all sweet and nice when it comes to the north. Oh, you know, the terrain, there are some landmines, you know. We have to be careful. We don't have the equipment. But when it came to Okoma, you were able to level a whole community to the floor. A whole community was leveled to the floor, to the ground. Not only that, the media you are speaking to now, you barred the media for 7 weeks not to access Okoma until you finish your havoc. Until you were done with your evil act. You were the one that spearheaded it. Even the governor of Delta State could not even have access to the community that he is governing. My people were left in the bush because of the sins of few people, few men. You punished the whole community over the sins of few men. But in the north, every day and day, they are buying people, they are cutting necks, they are buying the Christians. It is okay. No, it started from terrorism to banditry now, It's, things are, with it's all, it is hard to find them. They call us on the phone. When they call us, then within 4 or 5 hours, sometimes, 24 hours. When they call us, when we go there, we don't find them. But in the case of Okoma, when your men went back to reinforce, you couldn't find those who were involved. You leveled the whole ground. You chased everybody to the bushes for 7 weeks. Women and children, they were left in the bushes for 7 weeks. You turned that zoo to a military zoo that it was, a military rule that it really is. That even the media were bad. The media had no access. And thank God for technology. Those that had phones that made a video call, they made videos, and they uploaded on social media. We saw those young boys the women speaking about their ills in the bushes, where that boy spoke in the bushes. Next thing, what you guys did was to take their mug shots and said they were wanted. You made those that spoke out wanted men. That's the real military that you are, not this soft-spoken one. This is your sweet voice. You can fool everybody, but not with the Biafrans. We know who you are. We know the devil when we see the devil. Bastards.
Okay, you have promised to capture notorious bandit leader B0K0 and his likes, and you said community should not even pay levies he has put on them. Are there any updates on this goal of yours? How soon are you going to capture Terji? Is there a timeline to achieve this?
Well, what we can assure you, when I mentioned that we're getting all of them together very quickly, the next day we got Halilu, Sububu. That same thing is going to happen to Turji. And I can bet you Turji is on the run. He is confused. He doesn't even know what to do. Now, from what has happened, he equally knows that even his own colleagues are looking for him to take him out because he has brought them all this pressure. We will continue to exert this pressure until we neutralize him. And within the next possible shortest time, we're going to get him. And I bet you everyone is...
Hold it there. Even his own colleagues are trying to take him out. Even his own colleagues. So it means you are working with other terrorists to take him out. You can assure them that even his own colleagues who are based in that zoo called Nigeria, terrorists, taking out terrorists, and it's a thing for you to be proud about. It's a breaking news for you. It's a milestone for you. Nigerians, only if you guys can wake up. You Nigerians out there, only if you guys can see what these guys are talking about. What they are doing is they are contracting, recontracting, and contracting somebody else. A group was contracted during the time of Goodluck Jonathan. You saw what happened at the end. They promised them, come in and do this stuff. It will be your land, Islam will take over Nigeria, all those things, this. Then when they became president, they didn't, meet their own side of the bargain. That was why those guys, they got, people like Shakal got angry. He was attacking and calling out names. This same guy again, B0K0 is also calling out names. But you guys, you pretend like you don't even hear what he's saying. You pretend not to know what he's talking about because you are scared. You are scared to speak truth to power. They forced the media to call them bandits, and now the media they are skipping to the loo of the Nigerian government to rebrand a terrorist and call them bandits. Nigeria shame the shame me. Hey, God have mercy. Una shame the shame me.
Get him. And not only him, all the other ones too. I want to use this to appeal to Nigerians. We know why this kind of banditry and terrorism is ongoing is because we have also some criminal Nigerians that are supporting them. There are people that are giving them fuel, giving them food, doing so many things. You'll be amazed if you hear the extent people do People carry women to go and give them. People carry food to go and give them. We have people that sneak out to go and treat them when they get injured. For us, the friend of a thief is a thief. So if we get you doing all these things, you too will be treated as a bandit or as a terrorist. And so it's important for Nigerians not to allow themselves to be used. There are a number of things we are banned, and there are a number of requirements we need the state governors to equally do. Firstly, to ban all heavy-duty motorcycles. We need that so that we can curtail their activity, because this motorcycle is what they use to transverse across the various states through the forest. They need to ban them away. Because to aid mobility, this other one they call ladies motorcycle is allowed. Okay, can I pep? Those ones.
I beg, you're talking trash. At this point, my people, I want you all to take your mind, like Fela would say, take your mind out of this interview. Take your mind out of the English this man is speaking. Take your mind out of the so-called one Nigeria you believe in. Take your mind out of the so-called, oh, they are there to make peace. I want you to see the real. Put your mind in an area, in a time when Nigeria becomes an Islamized country. Put your mind in a place where even the official language of Nigeria will be foreign. No more English. It will be Arabic. Put your mind in that situation where even your military man, when he's discussing to the press, to the media, he's speaking a foreign language. My people, while you're there, I wish to present to you a video of the real Mr. Musa. That's what I call him. Listen to the way he speaks. Listen to even the parade. Listen to how he spoke in the next video you're about to watch. And it will blow your mind. If you're ready, let's go there and I'll end it from there. Listen.
Chef d'état-major des armées nigériennes, les honneurs vous auront du part un détachement composé de la musique principale des forces armées nigériennes, de section d'honneur du bataillon parachutiste, aux autres du lieutenant Ebuka Obi, chef de peloton, 3e compagnie parachutiste, et de voir mon général.
Mun zo don mu haɗa kai, mun tabbatar mu sojoji ba 'yan siyasa ba ne. Aikin da muke yi na tsaro ne, maganganun da muka zo muka yi yau, inda za mu haɗa kai mu ƙara tsaron ƙasashenmu guda biyu. Mun san cewa Nigeria da Niger 'yan uwa ne. Tun ba yau ba muna aiki tare, muna hulɗa tare, muna training tare. To shine muka ga cewa ya kamata an dan daɗe ba mu samu zo mu yi magana tare ba, mun tabbatar cewa wannan magana da muka yi zai sa mu ci gaba da aiki tare. A gaskiya magana ta wuce yau yadda muka zauna tun da safe ka tuna mun zo tun da safe muka zauna maganganun da muka yi mun duba duk abubuwan da suka faru tun daga da har yau, tun daga shekaran da ya wuce zuwa yau. Muka ga kuma ya kamata mu ci gaba da hulɗa yadda muke yi da kafin wannan matsalar da shigo tsakani da mutane suka zo aka ɗauki mutane suna so su kawo mana sabani tsakaninmu. To mun ga cewa yin rashin magana yana sa abun na yaduwa, shi yasa muka ce yau ya kamata mu zo mu zauna so da mu gane mu juna cewa tsakaninmu babu faɗa tsakaninmu. Akwai mutanen da muka san cewa suna so su kawo mana tashin hankali tsakaninmu. Su a ganin su in akwai tashin hankali abin da suke so kenan. To mu kuma mun san mu ɗaya ne, ba za mu bar su wannan abin ya faru ba. Muna son mu ci gaba da aiki yadda kasashen mu biyu za su samu zaman lafiya.
Matsalar tsaro na daga cikin abubuwan da ke cin suka waɗannan kasashen ko a ƙarya. Haka. A lokacin wannan ziyara ta ko akwai wani shiri da kuke neman yi na haɗin gwiwa domin tunkarar matsalar tsaro da tabbatar wa al'umma.
Listen to the language your so-called CDS is speaking in an official assignment. When I tell you that the zoo is gone, that Nigeria is Islamized, you are in the process of being Islamized officially. You guys don't get it. Listen to the language the idiot is speaking. Something strange that even the average so-called Nigerian from the south cannot even comprehend. This is what is coming for you, those of you that love Nigeria, Those of you who believe in Nigeria, we told you from the beginning that they want to Islamize that so-called Nigeria, which is why we, the Biafrans, we are going home. We will not partake in this nonsense. We are going home. God bless you.
Yeah, check me out. Superstars Media. Lord Logan, Bloomington, Lord Logan, and it's wild Flora show. 1914 amalgamation is what we dying for. 3 nations to 1 nation. Ever since annihilation, nepotism is nonsense. You and you, clap your hands. Biafra gonna come, clap your hands. Biafra, Oduduwa, we're free now. Freedom is gonna come, we're free now. Yeah.